Bare Minerals.
Okay. I haven't tried any of their products.
I like this one because it's a nice, like, it just gives me like a little gloss, and it's not really sticky. I love lip gloss, but I don't like super sticky where
No,
your hair gets
ma'am.
caught in it.
So far, I've been wearing e.l.f. lip gloss and sorry, house
You're
one of
fine.
those.
I am using my computer to put on some mascara.
I have done. One day I forgot to take a mirror to the studio, so I had to use my phone, like my camera, um, to put my makeup on. Okay, well it works.
You're done that.
So how are the bunnies?
So Milo got neutered last week. He's my mom's bunny. Okay, Miss Quibula, I'm gonna tell you, I broke my mother. I broke her.
What you
Before she
mean?
came to stay with me last April, she was like, you know, she thought Lola was cute and whatever, but she wasn't like she is now. But then we rescued Axel in September, and he's got food aggression. Like even this morning, I went to feed him, and he growls at you, and it's the cutest little thing because he's like 6 pounds of fluff, and he's like, "Arr." You're like, oh, but he's just got food aggression because he was dumped, and he was practically starved to death.
Okay.
So I mean, the doctor said he wouldn't have made it another week out there. And then Milo is mom's bunny, and you should see them together. It's disgusting. She just loves him so much, and they snuggle. I'll go in her room, and she'll be laying down in her bed, and I'll be like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm laying down with my little man." And he's just curled into her arm, just snuggling.
So have you let them all? Are you still keeping Lola separated because of her health issues?
Yeah, but mom is gonna adopt a second bunny.
Okay.
She's 6 months old. She's the same age as Milo. And she was purchased by a family with kids who they got two bunnies, and they were not both girls. And so this poor girl has had 3 litters in the past 3 months because bunnies have a 30-day gestation cycle.
30 days.
30 days, and they have baby bunnies. And
Mm-mm.
so she's had a hard little life. And
Oh
so
wow.
she was taken in by a rescue, and so she is she's nursing her babies, and when she's finished nursing, they'll have her spayed, and Mama's gonna name her Molly. So she'll have Molly and Milo.
Okay. Good morning, everyone out there in Facebook land. We're going to get started here very soon. As you can see, my special guest today is Brandi Hodges from the Jonesboro, Craighead County. No, the Craighead County. And I just did that wrong in the description. Oh my gosh. Craighead County, Jonesboro Public Library. I'll put JJCPL. Oh my gosh, where's my brain on today? This 3-day weekend just had me. So please ignore the description. It's the Craighead County, Jonesboro, not. I don't know where I got JJ from. Oh my goodness. Trying to rename the library.
It happens.
Oh goodness. So today we're going to be talking about all things library, some updates, and hopefully there's some activities that the whole family can enjoy. Definitely want to get a highlight on the Christmas activities that you all have planned, and just talk about how well that went, and what people can expect for January and first part of February. So we'll definitely get into all of that. So you all got the tail end of our conversation about the bunnies. Brandi has some gorgeous little fluffy bunnies, and so I feel like I know them by proxy. All right, y'all, we're going to get started about 30 seconds, so stay tuned.
And Miss Quabila, Miss Jolene, our teen librarian, is going to be joining us at some point.
Well, Tell her to let you know when she gets on so I can switch
Yeah,
back over to the other screen.
absolutely.
All right, here we go. Good morning and happy Tuesday to you. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Quabila Jones, with my special guest, Brandi Hodges of the Craighead County Jonesboro Public Library. How you doing, Brandi?
I am wonderful. How are you this morning?
I am great. I must say I enjoyed my 3-day weekend, and now it's back to the grind. So let's just go ahead and jump right into our discussion about all things library. I do want to backtrack a little and highlight, the Christmas activities. You all had some wonderful packages put together for families. So let's talk about that a little bit and how did that go?
So we had our Christmas tree display that our children's librarians not only put together, but anyone who came and looked at the tree might have noticed the ornaments that were on the tree. Those were all
Mhm.
handmade by our children's librarians.
Oh,
So
wow.
they made wood burned ornaments and pine cone ornaments, and they made a garland out of a discarded book. So it was really beautiful. It was just a great centerpiece. And throughout the month, families could come and take their picture in front of the tree. So unlike years previous, we weren't able to have Santa and a couple hundred families crammed into the library, but we offered this alternate where you could still come and have your picture taken. We also had some craft bags. Normally, we are able to host craft events, and we weren't able to do that. But our children's librarians put together different little paper sacks that had multiple crafts, including wrapping paper, because a lot of times the kids will make their craft and then wrap it up to give us as a gift because most kids, they don't have jobs, so they don't have money to buy a present for grandma or grandpa or mom or dad. So we had those kits, and we would run out of the kits, and then they would have to make more.
Oh,
So
wow.
we made I don't know, over 100 of those kits that families could come by and pick up. So it was just it was a really fun Christmas for we made it the best we could.
Okay. That's awesome. I'm happy that everyone picked up their packages and things went well. And sorry you ran out. I guess it just goes to show how much people anticipated the project and they were looking forward to doing something fun with their family. Kids are zoomed out. Everybody's zoomed out. Everybody's so over virtual learning and all of that. And it would just I'm sure it was a much welcome activity and break from a computer screen. So thank you all for all that you do for the community. So now that Christmas is over, what can people expect, or what, okay, let's just, I know we're like the second, third week in January. What have you all been doing so far and what can people expect the rest of the month?
So for children's, we are going to start story times back up next week. It's going to be
Okay.
story time live. And so we've not done those live before, but we're excited to get started. Those start on the Monday, the 26th. So just watch. We'll have an announcement on Facebook of what time those are going to be, and just to prepare everyone. Hey, we're doing it. It's going to be great. But we're really excited about that because, like you said, people are zoomed out, they're virtualed out, and so, we wanted to try doing it. Other libraries across the country have done it live. And so
Okay.
they're going to try to do it live and just have fun with it. In children's, they also, I'm looking at the calendar over here,
Okay.
they have some peg doll kits. So made out of an old type of clothespin.
Okay.
But it's a kit that can be picked up. Anyone interested can call us at 935-5133 to sign up or to see about getting a kit, but that's our main phone number. And it's a little fun thing that people can do at home because again, we know that you're virtualed out. So if we can provide these things that you can do with your kids at home, that way you get that hands-on fun experience that you would normally have at our after school programs that we were able to offer in 2019.
Okay.
A little in 2020, a little. And then we have a big event this Friday that I want to talk a little bit about. So
Okay.
you've seen the animals that Mr. Bob Tarter with Animology brings. Normally, in January before school starts, we host him to do like 3 shows, and they're always like booked, no room, no seating, and we're not able to do those in person. And so we're doing those this Friday on Facebook Live. So they'll
Okay.
be at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on our Facebook page.
Okay. And I want to tell people one thing I've learned. If you have a smart TV, or if you have a like an app, not an Apple, or some little plug-in streaming device that's Bluetooth capable, of course, you can watch Facebook. But it's called Facebook Watch. Basically, you can stream it to your TV, so you can have a bigger screen to see whatever is playing. So um, try that as an option to make it more interactive, and make it just give the kids a better or different experience than trying to watch it on your phone. Turn your Bluetooth on, connect it with your device, and watch it on your TV. So that's one option.
And the theme of the show is going to be animal adaptations. And
Okay.
so ways animals have adapted to their environment. A lot of times they get um fires, or lack of food will
Okay.
run them out of their natural home. And so there's just going to be it's going to be really fun. And what's great about this, we miss seeing Bob and getting to, as librarians, we a lot of times get to hold the baby animals, which is super fun. But
Oh.
because he's at his home in Tennessee, he has access to all of the animals. And
Oh.
so, usually he has a limitation to what he can fit in his car. And we'll say, hey, what specifically are you bringing? And in the winter, he'll say, whatever looks like it feels like getting in the car that morning. So we're not limited to that. He can show anything. And so we did this summer, this past summer, and it was really great. So anyone who likes animals, even classrooms or pre-K centers out there, if you are looking for something fun, educational, and entertaining for the kids this Friday, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, we have live animals.
So are you able to send out notices to the elementary and pre-K schools, to let them know that that could be a possible activity? They could like sit down carpet time
Yes, that's
to
something
turn
that our
in.
children's library does.
Okay.
And our teen librarian does the same when it's a teen event. But this
Okay.
really could be for all ages. I love tiny animals, and I know you do too. And so
Yes.
it's a great opportunity to see animals that otherwise you might not get the opportunity to see. Of course, it is on, you know,
Screen.
TV basically. But it's good fun. And in addition, we love supporting our folks who have been coming to do shows for us for years. And so we're happy to have this program with Bob. So that's a program happening this week. Our teens have a kit, and it's called a Kawaii kit. And it is um, our teen librarian, Miss Jolene, told us that Kawaii is in Japan, it's the feeling of cute and little things.
Okay.
And so it is a kit that includes a journal and some washi tape, and then a cute little stress ball animal. So it's that's the Kawaii in the kit. But that is
Okay.
something that it's the make and take kit that started this week. So they started handing those out for pickup. Those usually book up really fast. And so if you have a teen or know a teen that would be interested in this, I can't guarantee that there are any kits left right now, because a lot of times we did a cookie kit. Miss Jolene did a cookie kit in December, and it just went so fast. So
Wow.
she's also planning some other really fun crafts for the teens. She does something every month. There's also, I'm counting the Saturdays. So this past weekend was Teen Book Club. But again, if you know a teen or have a teen that likes to read, I have a book club I attend at the library. And it's
Okay.
a great way to read a book and then be like, I have to talk about this book with someone. And so I
Yeah.
know I felt that as a teenager too. And so Teen Book Club is held every third Saturday, and it is right now via Skype. So they don't meet
Okay.
in person. It's a virtual book club. They would just meet. Um, they would pick up the book prior to book club and then read it and then just
Okay.
get together to talk about it. And what's great about it is you don't have to leave your living room.
Okay. That's awesome. So many really fun things to do. Um, I might have to tune into the ant. Well, I'll be on. No, I'll be just getting off the air. So maybe I could tune in Friday for the animal show. It's to be like watching National Geographic or some other PBS channel that talking about animals. So except that this gentleman is known in this area because he's been here before. So
Yeah.
uh, I hope people tune in and they really enjoy what he has to show since he's not limited to what he can show this time around.
And he has prairie dogs. He has giant snakes, which he has wrapped around my shoulders. And I was not a fan. I appreciate snakes from like over there. I can see it. It's beautiful. I don't want it wrapped around my shoulders.
I bet it was heavy though. Was
He got it was really heavy. I'll have to send you a picture of it. He has a new bunny.
okay.
And I'm like, okay, COVID, I'm ready to hold a big bunny. He got a Flemish giant, which are the ones
A
that
big.
can be like 15 to 30 pounds. And so I
Oh
like that
my
we both
gosh.
went like that. But
Oh wow.
parents, grandparents, babysitters, daycares, anyone who's with us this morning, this is not, it's not just fun. It's not just cute, cuddly animals. You are going to learn something. The kids are going to learn stuff. I learn something every time.
Okay.
We're going to learn stuff.
All right. So stay tuned to those postings on the Craighead County Jonesboro Public Library Facebook page. Mark your calendars and just get ready for those events. Make it a family affair. Well, the kids will be at school, but um, in the afternoon if they are home. For the little ones, make it a family affair. And then for the teenagers, don't forget to get them to pick up their take them to go pick up their craft kits.
Exactly.
The teens need a little outlet, as they need a lot of outlet because they're not able to just really hang out and do some of the things they want to do as well. So having something else besides schoolwork and housework to do, I'm
Well,
sure is a welcome is
I
welcome.
mean, I haven't been a teenager for a long time, but it was hard being a teenager. I can't imagine. I feel so bad for the teenagers because I can't imagine being a teenager and experiencing. It's hard enough on us as grown-ups when
Yeah.
I think we better understand it a little bit, but I didn't understand anything as a teenager.
No,
So
ma'am.
anything we can provide, or if ideas people have to help teenagers, we're all for it.
Yes, ma'am. All right. And so, what about for the adults? Are there some activities that I feel like, well, not that they get left out, but most of your activities before were on site, and that gave them a relief from being at home or whatever they had to do. So, what do you have for adults?
So, this is National Hot Tea Month, and so earlier in the month, I don't believe there are any still available, but we can check. Earlier in the month, they did a kit, sort of like a craft. It was a craft kit. It included. I don't have one right here. Oh, I do. Like a mug, sort of like this one, but not exactly, just a plain mug. And then they provided some markers so that you could decorate your mug, and then you pop it in the oven on low heat for several hours, and it sets that into place. And then they also got to some different varieties of tea for National Hot Tea Month. And
Okay.
then starting tomorrow, the adult craft kit, the adults call it their craft crate. So every month they do one or two, usually one, craft crates that you can pick up, and they're awesome. They look like so much fun. I have not picked one of them up, but it's I've looked at all the contents. In December, they did a kitty cat that you got. It was felted, so you use needles and wool to like poke at it until you get this kitty cat. I've looked at hand felting before. It's gorgeous.
Okay.
They are doing a pom pom garland kit
So the
for
little fuzzy balls.
the little fuzzy balls. And the pickup starts tomorrow. So I don't know how many they have left, but anyone interested in the adult craft crate for January would just call us at 870-935-5133 and just ask to if there's any space left and to be added to that list. But we
Okay.
are now putting we got away from it because we were in mid-pandemic, but we still are, but we're trying to get back to normal the best we can. So every month we're putting out a paper calendar that has all of our events on it. So you can see
Okay.
ahead of time what's coming up. We also post all of our events onto our website, libraryinjonesboro.org, and to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/ccjpl. And we post everything to those different places. And so anyone interested can go on there and um, get the contact information to get booked up to get that. Speaking of booked up, I want to mention we are going to start hosting a podcast in February called
Okay.
Book. And so every month, once a month, we'll release a podcast that has information about the library and about the things that we're working on. We're going to work on making sure we release that the first week of the month so that people can listen to it on their way to work, or whenever they need to listen to the awesome library booked up podcast. We also are going to launch a blog in February as well, and it's called No Shelf Control. And so those both will be so there's something we've been working on for a while, and it's just it's businesses have struggled to reach the public, because people don't want to get online, and blogs and podcasts are online, but it's a little
Hmm.
bit of a different resource. And so it's just something that we're trying and that we're going to try to get as many people involved in the library as we can.
Okay, that sounds awesome. So I definitely will stay tuned for that. The names are really catchy. um, that's really cool. So everybody stay tuned for that. I want to also ask about painting. I know at one point you all were doing some painting classes or group sessions here and there, and then also offering crocheting. So will you try to figure out how to make that work, virtually, um, going forward?
I don't know about, I know that adults offered one of their craft crates in the fall of last year was a watercolor craft kit.
Okay.
They provided everything, and Miss Amber did a video showing how to do the watercolor, which I am incredibly fascinated by. I love watercolor. But we have done a few. Bianca's done a few of the knitting videos, but it those are knitting and crochet can be hard to teach unless you have the person in front of you where you
Okay.
could be like, not like that, or I watch a lot of knitting videos, and that's the thing is we don't want to recreate the wheel.
Yeah.
There are so many like professional knitting organizations that all you have to do is go to YouTube. But we are going to highlight on our blog some of the different books we have. And so I'm going to go through and pick a project and then document it with photos of my progress going through a book that we have, to encourage people to check out those resources, because we have some really great books on our collection. That one of my favorite ones, I don't think I can say the title here.
Okay.
It's a really great book that shows you illustrations of what the stitches are supposed to look like. And that
Okay.
really helped me because it had illustrations and then kind of diagram. And I was like, oh, that's what that is. And so we have some great resources physically. So that's one thing we're doing this year is we're trying to promote our physical collection more because we're not able to host those classes. But we've got some great DVDs on painting. We have some workout. Normally we host a lot of exercise classes, and we've got great workout DVDs. We've got great, painting DVDs and all sorts of things. And if you're looking to learn something new, that's a great place to start.
As you were talking, I was wondering, and you may can find this out later, it's not important right now, but if there are any fictional stories about knitting? Like someone
Oh, yes.
there. Okay. So
Yeah.
you know where I'm going with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of I can't remember the name of, but there's one that is like a murder mystery, but it involves the knitting club. And I haven't read it yet, but I've got it. I actually have a copy over on my shelf that
Oh my
someone brought and
goodness.
gifted to us. But I'm like, yes, I need to read that because knitting needles, as you've experienced in the studio, they are sharp.
Yes.
So I could see a murder mystery involving knitting.
That is so cool. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation about all things library and what it's looking like at the other branches. And let's talk about the bookmobile and maybe if that's going to get rolling this year. So you're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM with my guest, Miss Brandi Hodges from the Craighead County Jonesboro Public Library. And we will be back after these announcements. So stay tuned. Join us on Facebook. We'll still keep the conversation light. We're probably going to start talking about the bunnies or some other stories and other books in the library, but stay tuned. We'll be back after these announcements. All right. I need to shift. I'm turn my video off for just a minute.
You're fine.
I need to shift around.
How have you been feeling?
Okay. I need to stay elevated more than I do, but um, it's okay. So, have you heard from Miss Jolene?
I haven't. Let me send her a message. She may have just gotten busy this morning.
How long does that break? Okay. Okay.
I just sent her a message.
Okay.
Things happen, we can't always. But so we don't
Being
know about the bookmobile. We are getting out and driving it more. I say we, I am not driving it. It's very large and I don't want to run it into something. That would be my legacy. Oh, she's the one who ran the bookmobile into something. So I will ride in it. It's great. We've done a couple of parades with it. But it doesn't have anything on it currently. It doesn't have books or anything. But we are, Miss Lori is going to be driving it around to just, a rolling billboard, if anything else. And
yeah.
just drive it into some of the towns and cities, because while we do plan on using it in the future here in Jonesboro, it's really going to be a great resource for our communities between where we have libraries. So we have a library in Jonesboro and Wiener and Harrisburg, but there are communities in between that don't have a
Mm-hmm.
library. And so we really want to get it into their I'm sorry, I'm emailing.
Okay. I want to say good morning to Derek Coleman. Thank you so much for checking in. And we want to just let people know the library is not just for kids. There's so many books for adults. There's so many books about different holidays and events and people in history. I mean, the possibilities are endless to what you can find in the library. And we're about to come back on air in about a minute. But the possibilities are endless. And then, we will talk about when we get back on air, Libby and other things so that you can find out what's happening. I love Libby. I need to put Libby to more use right now. I've kind of not been doing anything. School's about to start Thursday, so
Oh yeah.
back to the drawing board, back to the grind of reading, not for fun, but it is a topic that I love. It's sociology, so
Uh-huh. What sociology are you doing this time?
well, it's a graduate, it's a certificate of completion program. Oh shoot, sorry.
Oh, and Miss Jolene said she's gonna join us. So I don't know if she's in the waiting room yet or.
Okay. Let me check real quick before. Okay, yes, she is. Because I'm operating multiple screens here.
Oh,
So.
absolutely. I've got two going here.
Okay. Oh, so shoot. Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Fabila Jones, with my special guest, Ms. Brandi Hodges, and we have Ms. Jolene joining us in a moment. I don't know if her. Oh, there she is. How are you doing? Oh, she's on mute. Okay. Ms. Jolene, can you hear me? Okay, she's still on mute.
Technology. It's got us all baffled. You should have seen me trying to share my screen on a Zoom last night. It was not good. I never ever figured out how to do it. So I've got a great PowerPoint.
All right, so we're gonna keep the conversation rolling. Hopefully she figures out her sound soon. But let's talk about okay, the bookmobile. What else? Oh
Um,
God.
we have our branch libraries. We have opened. I say opened with quotation marks because it's not literally open where you can go to it, but our Brooklyn branch, which we have longly anticipated, it opened up for pickup services. So
Okay.
our all of our branches are still closed. They've been closed since March of last year, and the reason is those in most cases are a single room or maybe
Okay.
two rooms, but it's one person working there and it's just one single room. And so, and in many
Oh,
cases, for example, the Caraway Library is a very small library. And so
okay.
it's just not safe to have groups, gatherings of people. Like here in Jonesboro, we have a very large building. You can really spread out. And we have one entrance opened, but those branch libraries just aren't able to be physically open. We're not
Okay.
able to host any type of programming, like we would normally be able to. And so we are doing pickup and drop off services at all locations. If you live near or in one of the communities where we have a library, those when you go to our search bar and you're putting a book on hold, just make sure you're choosing your branch. Pick the book to be picked up at your branch location, and that way it will be there waiting for you. And they'll give you a call like we did here in Jonesboro to say, hey, your book is ready, and schedule a time for you to come by and pick it up.
Okay. All righty. Good morning, Mr. Lean. Are you with us now?
Good morning. My computer over here is a little wacky. I apologize. Sometimes it slows down. It like opened two Zoom windows, and the one that I
Oh,
was looking at, I don't know. I apologize. Sorry about that. How are
no
you this morning?
problem. Oh, great. So thank you for joining us. And so let's talk about all the wonderful projects that you've been working on and what people can expect.
Yes, ma'am. So actually today is the first day that teens can come pick up their, we're calling it the Kawaii kit because they're getting this cute little cat pen and squishy toy. But the activity that you're actually going to do is you get some decorative washi tape and you kind of decorate your journal. So since it's
Okay.
January, I thought what a good time to start a new journal, put down your goals and thoughts for the new year.
I hate virtual school.
Right, they all do. Yes, my son just went back to in-person school, and so luckily he's able to wear the mask all day.
Okay.
But
How old is he?
Theo is 9 now. Yeah, time flies.
Okay.
But
So we'll see how these, but some kids are pretty good at wearing the mask and some are like, I don't know.
yeah, he always comes back with the same mask at the end of the day, so that's good.
My nephew loves wearing his mask. He'll wear his mask and then he has a Batman mask that covers his eyes. And so he'll wear his Batman mask and he's 5 and his other mask. And he's like, I look cool. And I'm like, yeah, you do.
Whatever works, whatever keeps him safe, just let him do it. At this point, just let kids kind of do what they're going to do As long as they're safe, that's all that matters.
Right.
And so, Miss Jolene, how do you come up with these ideas for the teens? Do you feel like you're still a kid at heart, a teen at heart?
You know what? Sometimes, right? I think being around young people kind of keeps you young, doesn't it? Even though I don't get to see very many right now. It's just the kids that come in to maybe get something for class, or, they're homeschoolers and they want to have something to read. But yeah, a lot of times I'm just kind of, surfing on Pinterest, or, these blogs, these craft blogs. And sometimes I don't just do it exactly. I'd kind of tweak it, because we try to keep the cost per kit down, because it can get pretty expensive, with all the little different elements of each craft. But I think we've got another good one coming up on February 8th for Valentine's Day. We've got a kit. You're going to be able, I think I talked about this before, you're going to be able to make a bath bomb.
Oh, that's cool.
You can kind of tell what that is. But this one was a pretty inexpensive one too. You just need a little cornstarch, Epsom salt, baking soda, and citric acid, and the scent, and a little bit of color. And I think they're going to have a fun time with it. We're using some, how you get those Christmas fillable ornaments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using those for the bath bomb mold.
Oh,
so
wow.
Those were a lot cheaper than those metal bath bombs or bath bomb molds.
That's amazing. So do you provide the scent for them as well?
I am. I've got these, I've got a ton of essential oils at home. So I'm actually using some of the ones that I already had at home too. And then I bought some, we're going to do for Mother's Day, like a foot soak one to give to your mom. And so I did have to buy some peppermint for that one. And I think everybody's going to like that.
Awesome.
Got one more. We got 2 kits for February, the bath bomb and the string art. So you're going to get, I might have showed you guys before. I can't remember. But yeah, so I got some scrapbook paper and put some Mod Podge on it, and I nailed the nails in the heart shape. And then they're going to get to do, they're going to get some embroidery twine and do the string art in between.
Okay.
And, probably going to give them some paint too, so they can paint the black nail heads.
Okay, so they can just be as creative as they want to be, whatever design they want to come up with their string.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you can do different little patterns. You can make it random. I try to do things that it won't everybody's turn out exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah, give them some creative freedom.
Makes me want to be a teenager and get one of those.
I know. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe sometimes maybe adult services might do something like that too. Sometimes we kind of borrow from each other.
Yes. But I'm telling you, sometimes and I don't want to call it a mindless activity, but sometimes you need one of those little activities that you don't have to put a lot of thought into.
Yeah.
And you just kind of take a break from your week, your day, whatever the case may be. Especially if you spend a lot of time in front of the computer, on the phone, or whatever your job entails. Sometimes just sitting and doing something you don't really have to think about is a good stress reliever.
Absolutely. Yeah. The best crafts to me are, fun enough to be engaging, but, not gonna stress you out.
Yeah, because that's the last thing, like,
right.
When you have to put your knitting in timeout because it has to think about what it's done.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So you all put a lot of thought and energy into this, and I'm sure that all the people appreciate, all of the crafts and activities. And so, Brandi, do you ever get a chance to get your hands on things and try them out for yourself?
Not recently. There are times in the past when we had, live events, and I would go to a painting class, or I would do this or that. But I don't know about you, Miss Jolene. I get off work and I don't want to do anything, especially in the winter. But I know that those kits have been so popular. The adult kits, they usually, I know Miss Jolene in December, she ran out of the
Mhm.
ran
Wow.
out of the kits. And so we like that, we like it when that happens. That means we get them all in the hands of the people that they're intended for. And so the adult kits and the teen kits, just watch our social media and watch our website to see what those are each month.
Okay. Um, I was going to ask something else. Oh, okay. When it comes in the summer, I know I'm thinking way, way ahead, but in the summer, will you consider some cooking classes, not really classes or demonstrations, things of that nature via Zoom or something virtual, or even a very, very small, this it'll be a little warmer outside, something people can do outside.
Well, I know for me, one of the things that I'm planning, I haven't decided if it's June or July, but we're gonna do like a ramen kit because ramen is really. I want to kind of keep it simple, but just to something I can kind of give them some bok choy and some little things that
Oh,
cut up and put in the ramen. So that one's gonna be a simple cooking class.
okay.
I'm thinking I'm either going to record myself or we'll do a live Zoom. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that. But I think I loved Miss Amber's cooking classes when she had them. And so
Okay.
really, we have to keep it simple because we got to keep the cost down and we don't want to send you guys home with a whole bag of groceries and like, what do I do with this? But yeah, so that's my plan. And as far as getting together, I still don't know if that's in the cards. I don't think it is. Um, I'm I'm hoping that I can film some craft Zooms and do maybe some live events or things that people could go back and revisit at their own leisure. But I don't think that any of us are planning for in person right now.
Yeah.
But
I mean, this time last year, I had all 5 of my concerts booked and then had to cancel
Boom.
them. I didn't even this year, I didn't even attempt because it just doesn't look like it's something, just for the safety of everyone. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like it's something that we'll be able to do. And so we want to, you know, we want to be able to, but we don't want to put anyone, including ourselves, in jeopardy. And so
Yes.
we're just doing the best. Everyone is doing a great job and just doing the best that we can. We do some videos, as Jolene said, and Amber taught a series a couple of summers ago, and I still make those recipes. The beef stroganoff was amazing. But speaking of cooking, we have a new book club and a new
Oh,
book club kid in town. It is called the Cookbook Book Club, and it is
okay.
available only via Facebook. So we have a Facebook group that we could put the link out again for that. But we have a Facebook group that's called the Cookbook Book Club, and every month there's a theme. And we encourage people to come check out a book. On this month has been soup, so I'm returning a book today that I had checked out. Next month is going to be baked goods, which I was born for this. So I've
That's right
already
up your alley, Brandi.
I know Martha Stewart has a new cookie cookbook out, and I've already like post-it noted the different pages of the different cookies I want to make. And so it's an outlet for those who maybe don't want to watch, a video. I love watching videos because I'm a very visual person, but for those
Okay.
who just want to interact and have just that interaction, we're hoping that it's things like people asking questions, or hey, I've got a recipe that calls for buttermilk, but I don't have any buttermilk. What do I do? So we can just have that community of sharing recipes, sharing ideas. So anyone who's interested in joining Cookbook Book Club, we'll put that link out there that you can join us. And it's going to, even post pandemic, it's still going to be a virtual book club because not everyone can make it to a physical event. And so
Okay.
having this only online resource, and it's not just people. We've had people who don't live in Jonesboro, who don't live in Arkansas, join us. And so we encourage you to visit your library. So if someone is from Texas or Florida and they want to join us, the more the merrier.
Okay. Awesome. That that had me thinking about, there's all these cooking contest shows, And so, Miss Jolene, have you ever thought about, I know I'm all over the place. Have you ever thought about some type of virtual cooking contest? I don't want to say contest, but something where it pushes teens to be creative, who can come up with the most creative recipe. Again, okay, going back to your ramen activity, who can be the most creative or come up with some of the most interesting additions to that? I don't
I had
know.
not thought of that, but that is a neat idea. That is really cool. I mean, like maybe they could like film themselves or take a picture of the final product, and maybe we could like judge or something, like a poll or something. That would be really cool. Um, we're trying, teens right now, they're just trying to get through school, right? And so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to get them to like they'll pick up the kits, but to like take a picture of their finished work takes a little more encouragement, right? So I'm usually like talking to the moms like, hey, can you take a picture of that and send it to me? Because that's the sad thing is like we don't get to be here together. I don't see any of their
Yeah.
finished products, right? I mean, I know they're enjoying them, hopefully having a good time with it, but I would love to, see what they've completed. But that is a good idea. And, maybe we could do like a little prize drawing too. Maybe that'll, kind of encourage
Yeah.
some of them. I know
Or
that encourages me.
tell them it'll be on TikTok or Instagram or one of them others.
Right. And we do have a TikTok now. I don't know if you guys have talked about that yet, but it's CCJP Library.
Okay.
And we're still getting into it. We need to post a little more frequently probably, but we do have a TikTok now, and we're hoping to get some flyers that have our little TikTok codes. So if you come in here, you can kind of snap a little picture of it and go back home and see some of the videos that we got already posted.
And I think that'd be a cool idea. Going back to the kids, sorry, Brandy, but maybe even some adults who do TikTok, create a hashtag for a special event or
Oh, the
whatever the
challenge.
case.
They love the challenges, right?
Yes. So look, get everybody up and moving. And I download the app, but that's as far as I've gotten so far. Like,
Well, you're gonna like it once you start because they're just it's fun. You can pick your own likes on it. So I like the cooking stuff and the cosplay stuff because I love to see them put the makeup on and take it off.
I'm sure, Brandy, there's some bunny. Oh, no, I know there's some bunny stuff on TikTok.
That's what I would be. Baking and bunnies is what would get me. People have shared a few of the little bunny videos. I don't have the app. I've not downloaded it, but people share them on other social media platforms, and I'm like, oh, you cute.
So that's wonderful that the library has all of these features, or you are accessing
It's a
all of
long
the
week.
possible platforms to reach your audience. There's Facebook, Instagram, now TikTok,
So we have a YouTube page as well, and
YouTube.
that's where we're going to put a lot of our videos.
Okay, so no one has no excuse not to stay engaged and involved with the library. Go pick up a book, find out what's happening that week, that month, join a virtual or watch a virtual something, story time or whatever's happening. Like Brandy mentioned earlier, Bob's Heart is coming. Well, not coming. He's going to be showing the animals. So there's always something for someone, for everyone to engage in. I want to ask Miss Jolene. Me and Brandy talked about painting. Have you ever thought about, or have you ever done a small painting kit for the teenagers?
I have not done a canvas painting kit. I'm trying to remember. I sent home for Halloween or Thanksgiving. I sent home something that they did paint. It went out of my mind, but I do actually. I have a bunch of 8x10s and 5x7s canvases ready for the summer, and I am not the one that can create. I can follow directions, so I'm hoping that Miss Mallory or possibly was it Miss Amber in the back that does painting too? Yeah, I'm hoping that they can kind of give me some inspiration and maybe let me film them, or maybe let us film them, so that we could put that out there, because yes, I do want to do a painting kit for summer for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, then we're gonna get ready to take another quick break. We'll stay on Facebook Live and keep the conversation you'll like when we come back. Brandon, I definitely want to mention Libby and your other resources. Resources, help me. Not
The digital resources, ebooks, audiobooks, free music, all of those things.
databases.
Yes, databases. Okay.
What does that word escape me? I don't know.
It's hard.
Databases, but we'll definitely get into that when we come back. For those of you listening on air, you can hop on Facebook. We'll continue the conversation there, but please stay tuned. We'll be right back after these announcements. Okay, I don't know why the word database always escapes my mind.
Is pipe cleaner. I cannot remember the word pipe. I'm like the fuzzy thing that has metal in it. I don't know how I can remember it right now, but right now I can remember pipe cleaner. But I usually go over and I'm like, what is this called? I need help.
Oh goodness. I've seen so many cute crafts with those little pipe cleaners because you can twist them and mold them to almost anything.
And my
Okay.
sweet neighbor, her little girl, Ava, she's 5. She made when we got the newest bunny, she made a heart out of pipe cleaners for him.
Oh.
He made him a present. I didn't give it. We haven't gotten it yet, but it's adorable. It's pink, of course, because I do have when we come back, I would like to talk a little bit about our statistics from last year.
Okay.
The numbers of checkouts increased by about 25,000 for our ebook, which was not as high as I thought it would be because I read a lot more ebooks last year than I have in the past. A lot of audiobooks. I'm an audiobook aficionado, if you will.
Yeah, I listen to audio a lot more. I can't, I've so much time at the here at the library. I have screen time, and so I have to give my eyes a break at the end of the day. Plus, audiobooks are way better than they used to be. I listened to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and so she's like, she's doing all this research, and she's got she's done the recordings, and so you can, even in the thing, you can hear like the tape recording go on and then the two people talking. So I really enjoy that.
And I love it
Oh
when
wow.
they have more than one person doing the audiobook, like the
Yes, yeah.
different characters. Usually
Mhm.
it's 2. But another really good one I listened to last year was 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle.
Mm.
And that one had, they'll have the clomping of the feet running up the stairs. It's like you're listening to a movie.
Mhm. Yeah, pretty much.
I want to get more like, so this is my last go round for real with school. I'm definitely going to be getting into more, like I have a ton of books at home. Like Brandy, I haven't been able to fully read the one you bought me for my birthday one year. So
And I have a bag full of books for you on my shelf that I had gotten together for you pre-pandemic, and then the pandemic hit and we haven't seen each other. So I've got just a menagerie of things in a bag for you.
well, you're more than welcome to just drop them off on the porch, and my son is here every day. So
Okay, well, just message me your address and I will absolutely do that.
I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll get a real shelf. I really wanted a TARDIS bookshelf, but they're kind of expensive.
I
So,
bet.
yeah.
That would be so cool. It'd be cool if it was really bigger on the inside too.
Take a break from.
I don't know about you guys at home. I have books on the floor.
No, mine are in a bag in a box. Here we go. All right, welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. My special guests are Brandi Hodges and Jolene Mullet, from the Craig County Jonesboro Public Library. We've been talking about all things books and crafts on air, and so I hope that you all take advantage of what the library has to offer right now. This last segment is fairly shorter, so I'm going to let them take it away with some other things that we need to cover. Libby databases, other resources and things are available, and then any follow-up that Miss Charlene has about the library. So she works with the kids. So go ahead, Miss Brandi.
So, for anyone out there who likes to read, but maybe, for example, I love audiobooks, and we were just talking in the break. Jolene and I both are. That's primarily what we read because it's reading. Someone's reading to you, but it's reading. I consider it. I read that book. So audiobooks and ebooks are available through an app called Libby. Libby is a free resource. You can download the app through the App Store. It's Libby, or you can go to our website, libraryinjonesboro.org, click on the eMedia tab, and it will take you to eMedia resources like Libby, Access 360, which is books for up to juvenile fiction. So they have storybooks on there. They have easy readers, as well as juvenile fiction. And what's great about Access 360 is I had my nephew watching some this summer. A lot of them are animated. I was watching that and I was like, it's animated, and it's got like
Okay.
different. There was a fire breathing dragon in one of them. It was Dragons Love Tacos. But not with spicy sauce. It makes them breathe the fire, and it had the of the like fire. It was really awesome. So that's a really extraordinary app for kids. And then Libby has some kids books on it and a lot of teen books, but it's primarily for teens and adults. You can access it via our website as well as downloading those apps. Last year, we had 78,257 checkouts through Libby for ebooks, and we had 50,163 checkouts of audiobooks, the digital audiobooks. And those are just numbers reflected across the country. I mean, if you look at any news sites, any news articles about digital resources, people didn't get out as much as they stayed home. They were looking for things to do, and many returned to that love of reading that they have had in the past. And so we always encourage that. But just some more statistics from last year: we did over 300 videos, virtual programming videos.
Wow.
And we did, I believe it was over let me see, we have a newer version, over 600 take and make kits. It include Miss Jolene's teen kits, the kids kits, and the adult kits. And so, 600 plus. I mean, that's just our estimated number. I'm sure it was probably more than that. But they do. How many do you do at a time for the teens?
Depending on the cost of the kit, I can do anywhere from 15 to 25, or so like the journal kit. It blew up once we got the ad up. Everybody was really excited about it, and so I actually ordered more for that. So I'm going to be putting together more kawaii kits, and that one will probably go to 30 or 35.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm happy for that.
That goes to show it's getting it into the hands of the kids who need it.
Yeah.
Teens.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to make sure to mention this. The library is a nonprofit organization. So if you would like to make a donation to support what they're doing for the community, are the donations tax deductible?
That would be a question for our business office, but you
Okay.
can call us at 935-5133 to get information on that. I know we do take donations. People
Okay.
will make a monetary donation, or in the past, I don't know, we're not taking a lot of donations, physically donations. For example,
Okay.
the Friends of the Library Bookshop normally would take all sorts of donations of books and magazines, but we're not able to do that right now. And so I'm not sure that we're able to take craft donations either. But speaking of the Friends of the Library, I forgot to mention this earlier. So the bookshop it's a small area. It's not a very big area, and so we're not able to have it open. This Sunday, we have appointments available for people to come. We're going to have inside the library. We're going to have browsing hours where you can come for a half hour at a time. We're only taking 15 appointments for each half hour, but we will be doing an audio visual sale. So it's audiobooks, it's DVDs, and let me see.
CDs maybe?
Yeah, CDs, anything that is audio visual, because we have been doing a big discard. And so we switched to a different operating system over the summer. And so that gave us the opportunity to go through our entire collection. There were things on these shelves that were no longer in the system. So they were just like ghost books on the shelf. We had no idea
Okay.
they were there. And so a lot of those have been weeded because our Miss Christie, our collection development librarian, is going to write an article for us for the blog about why we weed, because there has to be room on the shelf for new stuff. And so they go through and look at what hasn't been checked out in a few years. But anyone interested in booking an appointment for this Sunday's sale can call us at our main number, 935-5133.
Okay, we got about a minute and a half left. So I want to make sure to run through real quick the databases that are available and how to access them. So about a minute.
You go to our website, libraryinjonesboro.org, click on the research tab and go down to the databases. There are a lot of different things. Miss Jolene, did you have something?
Well, I was just gonna plug a few books. MLK Day was yesterday, and we're coming up on Black History Month. So March is a wonderful trilogy about the Honorable Mr. John Lewis, who passed last year. These are amazing books. I read them. You will feel uplifted. You will want to cry. And this book also has an Arkansas connection because the illustrator is Nate Powell from Little Rock. So if you want an excellent book, it's a graphic novel, but if you would like an excellent book to read, or books to read now or next month, these are it.
Can you make a post on your page so I can share?
Yes, I sure will.
All across all of my pages and the Kaylee K page. We need
Yes,
to get that book in everybody's hands.
yes,
To
absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, I thank you, ladies, so very much for joining us today. And thank you, everyone, for listening and supporting Kelly K. I hope you'll have a great and wonderful day. Bundle up, wear your mask, and distance yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
We're in a new normal now. So, but thank you for all the hard work that you all do at the library. Thanks for all the kits and activities. Stay tuned to the Facebook page, website, and now even TikTok. So, thank you, ladies. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
Okay, let me stop. Stop.
Yeah, I have a